Casey, Dutch made my mum a believer. Around 1987 to 88 in Harlan, Kentucky, the Continental Wrestling Association had a show at Kaywood High School. Excuse me. During the main event battle royal, Dutch and Dr. Tom Prichard were eliminated. Dr. Tom first and then Dutch. Dutch jumped Tom on his way back to the dressing room. They wildly brought up the aisle and near the bleachers. I remember my mother, not a wrestling fan, clearly saying, those two were really mad at each other. You made her a believer that night.
And where was this at?
Harlan, Kentucky.
And what high school?
Kaywood or Carwood?
Oh, Kaywood High School. Oh yeah. I do remember going there. You ever been back in the hills of Kentucky?
No.
Well, it's hilly and it's mountainous. Some of those roads are so curvy. You'd literally meet yourself going through the curves, going back the other way. I remember we did have a battle. I do remember this. And I'm glad I made her a believer. And I think we had a battle royal where me and Tom, we couldn't get along or something. And we kind of both got eliminated by the guy we were trying to get. And we were pissed off about it. And went up and we milked it from the ring all the way to he's about ready to go. And then we just started, listening to the people. We weren't supposed to do that. We just did it. And the people popped, so, and then we left. It's not something that was scheduled, because if it had been scheduled, we'd have had something on TV about it. We never did, but I'm glad we made your mom a believer. And tell her if your mom is still with us, I want you to tell her that Dirty Dutch says he still hates Tom Prichard even today. And it started right here in Kaywood, Mom.
Any other Dr. Tom Prichard stories? Because I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's a highly agreeable person.
Oh,
and apparently, sorry, I was going to add this as well. There's a saying going through the wrestling business that has been for years. Apparently, is that I'd take a bullet for Tom and I'd put it in Bruce.
That's true. Yeah, Tom is the complete opposite of Bruce. Bruce, he's for Bruce. Tom, he's not wired that way. He just wants to get along, and I love Tom Prichard, and I like Bruce too. But you got to know his drawbacks. So Bruce could actually hurt you. Tom he wouldn't even talk bad about you. But Tom Prichard is probably, according to my friend John Layfield Bradshaw, is the worst driver in the wrestling business. The worst. So we had a flat tire one night, and at Bradshaw, he was getting on Tom, speed up, God damn, you're the damn shittiest driver I've ever seen, blah, 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 blah. We had a flat tire, and we got out, and we was trying to change it, and it was cold, it was dark, and it was misting rain. The worst conditions you could think. We're on the side of the road. And Tom looked down at the hubcap, but it was like just for the a beauty hubcap, not really a hubcap. You just put it on. And he was trying to take the lug nuts off that. Of course, it's not a real lug nut. It's just nothing. It's just a cover. And then I tried it, and I wasn't paying attention. I tried the same thing. I said, well, I don't know what we're going to do now. And I remember Bradshaw got out of that truck, and he cussed us both out. Said, you lazy, no good for nothing bastards. You got to pull that off. And then he changed. then he undid it, and he said, there, that's the way you do it. And we got the spare out. We put it on. I think he put that on too. So me and Tom sit back and then like, well, okay. But Tom legitimately didn't know. I knew. I just didn't want to do it. So we got Bradshaw out raising hell, and I put up with the hell raising, and he put the tire on for us. And he never let me forget it. You don't know how to change a tire. I thought Tom was dumb. You're almost as dumb too yourself, you bastard. Because he was kidding with it, but we got the tire changed. And Tom also had a fight on the side of the road, and I've told you this.
Yeah, yeah.
With Tracy Smothers, the cops come along. They tried to explain, well, we're just professional wrestlers. We're rehearsing a match. And they said, well, damn it, you can't do it out here on the highway. Now get your car and get the hell out of here. And they let us go.
If it's not on the channel, I'll put it up soon, I promise you.